Well, Stephen.
Well, Brian.
Back on the podcast, you're sitting there with your guitar.
Guitar is here.
That was a great performance.
Oh, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that performance.
I didn't know you could perform like that.
I performed quite well. Do you know where I perform best?
Where?
Ireland.
What?
Best intro ever, Brian. Best intro absolutely ever.
I'd say so. I mean...
Yeah. He did take 2 hours he took to write the intro, but that's absolutely fine.
Our last 5 or 6 podcasts have been top 5 or 6 podcast intros for the entire run of the In the Club podcast, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody that's listening out there that's not on it right now, then we're just waiting for you to come back, and then that'll be the best.
Aye, that'll be the best.
That'll be the
best.
best.
Big return.
The big return. The whole preamble there, we were at Perform Island.
Oh, I saw we were. Completely forgot about that.
That was it was a week or so ago now, or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
As the crow flies. I don't know what that
means.
means.
As the Nazgul flies.
As the Nazgul flies. If you know what that means, then you can be in Brian and I's gang, basically.
We've got a seat here.
There is a seat waiting on you for, I was going to say throne, but that would have been taking it from Lord of the Rings to Game of Thrones.
Aye.
There isn't really a throne in Lord of the Rings.
There's a couple of thrones. Theoden sits on a throne.
Oh,
the wee old
King
man.
Theoden, yes, he was poisoned. Anyway, forget about Lord of the Rings. We were in Ireland, which, by the way, I think some of the Lord of the Rings was shot in. We're doing the Lord of the Rings offshoot podcast now.
Game of Thrones was definitely shot in Ireland.
Oh, so it was again. I'm messing up.
I don't know about Amazon's Lord
new
of the
one
Rings series. That might have been. I've not watched it.
Again, right in. You could be sitting here on next week's Class for Kids, Lord of the Rings podcast. Perform Island was amazing this year. It was great last year, but it was just really, really busy. We had a number of people with us. We brought Keaton Moore, Move Your Mind. We had Louise Bruff from the Dance Business Lounge. You got up to, well, I mean, you were there doing stuff that I had no idea that we were doing. What were you doing?
Yeah, we went to see Sean Buckley from Coach Buckley Academy just to get a kind of club shoot in, to get some face time with some of our clients that we always love doing. We just love getting out to see these guys and see how they run their businesses, boots on the ground sort of thing. So absolutely sound, really, really nice guy. We got some great footage because one of the things that we want to do is get new footage of like sports that we don't really have a lot of. We see a lot of dance clubs, we see a lot of gymnastics. Football is one of our big kind of like
verticals.
I was trying to think of the word there. And we
is.
don't have a lot of great football footage. We've got some good stuff from the guys at Lambeth Tigers and the good player to pro out, Robbie Halliday and his brother Andy. We've got some of that, but we wanted to get some more good football content, and Sean Buckley was really, really good for us.
You got a lot of good content. You were talking in a meeting before that you've got loads of good pictures as well.
Great photos.
But it's the first time you used something at a club shoot.
It was,
What did you do?
I bought a gimbal and... I bought a drone. Couldn't think of the word. Same company as DJI.
DJI,
yeah.
If you're watching DJI,
you've got your shout out. You happy? You've got your pound of flesh. I took the drone with me to Coach Buckley Academy. May or may not have almost battered something in the back of the head with it, but we'll forget all about that.
Yep.
Nobody
was harmed in making this podcast.
No.
Okay.
Got some good drone shots, which I'm quite happy with. It's a teething process. Still try to figure out the.
No, I just love the fact that you've got it doing
stuff,
that. I mean, and for that kind of sport, it's ideal. I mean, you got loads of good aerial shots and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, I haven't seen much of the footage, but even the kind of the graded stuff that you showed me when we come back, really nice colour. It looks like really bright, lovely greens, and it sounds silly, but a lot of the football clubs we've been out to in the past, a lot of them are indoors.
Yeah.
For a start, and we want football to look like football.
Exactly. So it goes a long way just having like football spec floodlights on the parks that they were playing. Lights the place up, and the more light you have when you're shooting something, the better your footage is going to be. That's just the way it is. So
it's education today, guys. We're giving you education on movies. We're giving you education on camera techniques. We met loads of people. I was only there for one of the days, so I know that Caitlin, who is our new social media guru, was also there doing interviews. But will we jump into some of the people we got to talk to at Perform Island?
With both feet, let's jump in.
1, 2, 3. We are here back at Perform Ireland over in Dublin, but this time we've got Louise with us. Hello, Louise.
Hello.
The dance business coach. Shameless plug there for Louise. How are you finding it across here?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's
Very loud.
Very loud. Feeling a bit overstimulated.
Okay,
but yeah, great event.
And you flew over this morning.
We did.
Louise has come over to kind of help us with the conversations that we're having with everybody. You've been very, very helpful as always. You've got a couple of your team here. They're trying to hide. And she's there. getting out of being on this by filming it.
We've got Caitlin and we've got Sarah Marie, who's travelled from Donegal today as
I
well.
think we can call Sarah Marie in.
So she
Come
is
on.
one of our community, but she's also a Class4Kids customer.
Say hello, Sarah Marie.
Hello, everyone.
You've been filmed by us before. You've been on stuff with us before.
Yes, the mic always gets in front of me some kind of way.
How have you found it here today then so far?
It's been brilliant, a lot happening and really loud.
Louise, how many dance schools do you deal with in Ireland so far? Obviously, you've got a number of them you're working with.
In Ireland at the moment, we've got about a handful of schools inside
Really?
our community from Ireland. The majority are from England and Scotland.
Okay.
We actually don't have any Welsh schools.
What?
No, not a single Welsh
If
school.
anybody out there that's a Welsh schools listening, we need them to get in touch with Louise. So it's kind of the same for us over here. It's a little bit untapped.
Yeah.
And it seems that the dance scene across here is just growing and growing.
Oh, I mean, we've seen today that there's incredible talent here, so it would be nice to get in and help those dance teachers, school owners, to see the benefits of working with someone like you guys and also with us.
Yep.
But the talent's been amazing. We've made some great connections, a lot of really good.
That's what it's about for us
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, there's a number. Well, we made some connections that already knew you.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah. It's you seem to be omnipresent in the world of dance.
Yes,
which is quite
apparently
good.
so.
There was people doing selfies and all that with you. You're like,
no.
you're a star.
Oh, that's cringy.
But listen, thanks again for coming over, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time. Have some time in Ireland.
Yeah,
'Cause
first
I
time.
done it the other way around. I had some time to myself before the event.
Yes.
You guys go and chill now.
Yeah,
but you're
well,
not
we're
even going for a
going
drink.
to. Well, no, we're actually going to go and get some work done. We're going to go and chill.
No, sorry, I fell asleep there. You're in Ireland, go and
But
party.
then, we're debating whether to go to the Guinness tour
Yep.
if it's available today, and then maybe the Temple Bar because we can't come here and not.
We've done both of those things in the last 2 days.
Both good,
Temple Bar's good,
expensive.
but you're not drinking. It was
Yeah.
£30 for 3 Guinnesses.
I don't even know if that's good or bad.
That's pretty bad.
For
That's
a
pretty
Guinness,
bad.
what's it usually?
In Scotland, about £5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like London prices in Dublin.
London prices in Dublin. But yes, a very kind of new, untapped dance world seems to be opening up across here.
Incredibly talented
Yeah.
kids, teachers, schools, colleges. Exciting, yeah.
Well, watch this space. I'm sure Louise is going to be over here a lot more. And thanks so much again for coming.
Thanks for having us.
We are here at the stall of the Golden Dance Awards at Perform. Can you lovely ladies introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Catherine Hughes, and this is
Danielle Hughes Quinn.
We have met you guys this morning when we came in. I mean, you can't not be attracted to this stall. The branding's fantastic.
the
It's really good.
gold is lovely.
Tell us a little bit about the Golden Dance Awards.
Yes, so Danielle and myself had this spark between us about 2 years ago, and we come up with this idea that nobody thinks about the people behind the dancers.
Interesting.
All those unsung heroes who support the dancers week in, week out. And this is where we come up with the idea for
The Golden Dance Awards.
I really like that hand over there as well. That was very professional.
We are very professional, aren't we? So, I suppose it all came together that me and Catherine recognised that there was no recognition for the people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So we've got categories for choreographer, teachers, events, so the likes of Perform here, the guys behind the event who create these platforms
Very good
for
idea.
the kids.
Very clever. Yeah.
It
Because
just-
there's a lot of award ceremonies that, as you say, is kind of the best contemporary dance and the best hip hop.
focus so much on the dancers, and in saying that, we do have a category for dancers. It's a small category.
Okay.
We've got 4. We've got 9 and under, 13 and under, 17 and under, and 18 and over.
Right.
There are 4 dancer categories, but that's it. The awards is more about the people behind the scenes. So also our parents. Where would the dancers be without their parents? So we have an award for parents as well. So the Dance Parent Award.
All right.
Without them, the dancers wouldn't be where they are. Taxi driving.
I mean, it's very interesting to me. When we first caught up earlier on, it was really kind of like, I didn't realise it was that's the slant on the award ceremony that's behind, but it's even more sort of synergy between what we're doing, because what we're trying to do is support the back end of everything that the dance schools are doing
Exactly.
and give them the infrastructure. So I think that we're obviously going to speak soon because we want to catch up with you guys and see how we can work.
Oh my word. So we've already taken this to Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And it was hugely popular. There were so many nominations for over 160 teachers alone.
Nice.
And the shortlisting involved, the dance schools that we never knew existed were all coming to the fore. Everybody just wanted to celebrate dance, the dance industry. Everybody wanted to be part of it. And now we really hope that we can bring it to Dublin on the 13th of September and bring a wee bit of sparkle and glitz and glam, and hopefully liaise with you guys as well.
No, I think that might be happening, absolutely. So Dublin is next then. And then you're
Dublin's
doing
next
one
on
in
the list.
Edinburgh as well?
Yes, in
When's
Scotland. So in the new year,
Yep.
date to be confirmed, but we have our Instagram and everything made. So everything will be posted on that, and our website is in the works. So
Ooh, so is the website not ready quite yet?
not for Scotland,
Okay.
but for
Tell us the website.
So the website for our Ireland Awards is www.goldendanceawards.ie.
Like it?
And then we obviously have our NI one as well. If anyone wants to pop over to it, it's goldendanceawards.goldendanceawardsni.com.
And when you do the Scotland one, it'll need to be .scot.
Yeah,
You'll need to.
Scotland. So there we go.
It's been really nice meeting you earlier on, and I hope to catch up with you very soon next week.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Golden Dance Awards, Class for Kids.
Woo!
Because we're so golden.
Best ending ever.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Ellison and I'm an actress, singer and performer.
Brilliant. And you have Jelly Studios.
I do.
So I guess could you tell us a little bit about that, with your mission with Jelly Studios?
Yeah, so I'm the principal at Jelly Studios. We run an evening school, a Sunday Fame Academy and a college, a full-time college. So we deliver a BTEC, HNC, HND and degree in performing arts.
Amazing. And you obviously kind of you've been in the industry for a while, you've done so much, and you kind of talk about wanting to help children now kind of succeed in the industry. I suppose, firstly, kind of what changes have you noticed personally over the last few years, and then also kind of how are you doing that at Jelly Studios?
Yeah, I think over the last few years there's been a massive change with students' confidence. I think COVID's had a lot to do with that. A lot of dancers, didn't really dance for a few years because of COVID. I think that's had a massive impact, but we're starting to see it all get back to normal now, and hopefully we're going to stay in the studio, stay working really hard, and that is when you get to see the development of each individual
Absolutely,
student,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you get that one-on-one time with them, and you are in the studio with them.
Okay, and you kind of talked there a little bit about like confidence in children. So like, I suppose why do you think that kids should get into dance?
I just think with dance, it gives them a timetable, it gives them somewhere to be during the week. It's very healthy for them. It keeps them out of mischief. It keeps them off the streets.
Yeah.
Plus, it's given them, some of my dancers are like supreme athletes. The way they have to look after
absolutely,
themselves.
yeah.
So, it's given them a real incentive to look after themselves, to present themselves well, timekeeping, and discipline as well. And a lot of, unfortunately, the youth of today don't have the discipline that we, used to have. And it's getting them off social media, off computers, and
Moving their bodies.
I'm literally having. It's hard for parents nowadays because they just want to be on computers and on their phones. So dance, if you can get your child into dance, I can't recommend it enough.
So I'm here with Keaton. You just did a workshop
Yep.
with us at 12:45 just there. How did it go?
It was absolutely incredible. So this is a collaboration workshop with Move Your Mind, Class for Kids.
Yep.
I was here last year exhibiting, and I first met Class for Kids actually on a podcast.
Oh, wow.
And we've been on a serious journey since then.
Yeah,
In the summer we spoke at football academies, and now we're back at Perform Ireland, and we're delivering a workshop in association with Children's Mental Health Week,
Yep.
a tour that we have coming up. But our workshop today was incredible.
Yeah.
High energy, plenty of kids, lots of fun.
Yeah, it was a really good turnout.
Yeah, and obviously mental health related, so even better.
100%. So lots of smiling faces
Oh,
as well,
that's good,
which
that's
is really
good.
good. So yeah, just kind of want to talk a little bit about on that with it being Children's Mental Health Week currently, and we're obviously at this amazing dance event. How can dancers maybe look after their mental health?
Okay, so I think dancers can take care of their mental health in many different ways. Obviously, the fact that they're dancing, I think a lot of them are dancing because maybe they enjoy expressing themselves freely. Maybe older kids dance because they are struggling with their mental health. I think that it's a great way to build confidence and self-esteem and resilience. I think if a lot of dancers actually, if they were to incorporate, let's say, nutrition and healthy eating into their training, then they're going to feel a lot better with the connection of our gut and their brain and how food determines our mood. And I think that if you get that right, nutrition and sleep and everything else, then you're going to feel a lot better, and then you can excel outside in dance and outside of dance.
Yeah, definitely. I think I know myself that when I'm moving, I feel much better. So you're kind of on that, maybe like how could they? Obviously, I imagine a lot of our dancers at the many dance schools we serve will be dancing multiple times a week. Maybe what can they do out with class? Just
outside of class?
Yeah.
I think it's important to prioritise rest and recovery.
Yep.
Especially if you're still studying at school. Getting plenty of sleep, less screen time.
Yep.
Again, prioritising your nutrition, eating foods that are going to give you plenty of energy, but also reducing sort of foods that are going to make our mental health deteriorate. Yep. And maybe keeping the sugary stuff to the weekends only, and trying to keep your Monday to Friday full of nutritious goodness and just foods that are going to make you feel good.
Yeah, definitely. As you said there, avoid the sugar. I was just looking at the massive pick and mix.
Absolutely.
Right opposite. That's been
no
looking
good.
at me all weekend.
That's the nemesis over there. Yeah. Stay away from that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And just while I've got you as well, we have a competition currently with Keaton and Move Your Mind, in that you can win mental health and fitness classes for your club.
Yep.
So could you maybe just tell us a little bit about that, or just our listeners?
Yeah, so we have a competition running for Children's Mental Health Week. It's an opportunity for kids activity club providers across the UK to win a mental health and fitness workshop. And we'll be going on the road, we'll be on in the van, the podcast will be coming too. I'm super excited. The winners will receive a workshop combining fitness, mindfulness and resilience, and I'll be there teaching the dance schools and the dance teachers how they can continue to keep the momentum going that I bring, and the energy and motivation that I bring to the dancers, and how they can continue to apply that whenever I'm gone. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Keaton.
you're very welcome. Thank you.
So I'm here with Brendan from the One Agency. Brendan, can you tell me just a little bit about the agency, why you're here at Perform Ireland this year?
Okay, so we're basically based in Dublin, but we cater for all of Ireland. The One Agency is a new project we're working on, and what it is I just feel there's a gap right now in the market again to look after performers and actors and singers and dancers, you name it, we're going to have it all in one shop. I work a lot with the Hallmark TV channel, where I choreograph a lot of movies.
Oh, amazing.
So it's easier for me to go and say, okay, I need X amount of dancers for the next movie coming up. And then I can go, but at least I have my own database there. I can actually go and find the dancers. I know their capabilities, and I can bring them then onto the movie set, and then they're ready to go. At the moment, there wasn't a lot for me to choose from because everything is everywhere at the moment in Ireland.
Yeah.
So at least we've got a one-stop shop for me to go to of a good database that I can find the dance I need from all ages and all demographics to use for movies and stuff like that. And then also commercials and anything that's got, if you want somebody in an ad or you want someone dancing or anything else, at least you've got to go to someone here in Ireland that has the whole database there to find.
Brilliant, that sounds so good. And you said you kind of cater for all ages, so is that
all ages? No, literally from 3 to 93.
Oh, amazing.
So because especially when I'm working with the American TV channels, they love to see diversity with their dancers in the movies.
Yep.
So, because they have to look like realistic, whether it's a ballroom scene or whether it's Scottish Highlands walking around. They want to, it's like villagers almost like, but they want to see people of the town of all shapes, sizes, ages, backgrounds, the whole shebang. They want to see all that. So it's not just about the 25-year-old dancer, it's all who can dance.
Brilliant, sounds really good. And so you kind of mentioned obviously all ages. One thing that's really stood out to us here is just how many schools have come from all over Ireland. So is that kind of...
There is, and you know what it is? At least things have changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the movies now are happening in Limerick and all around Ireland.
Yeah.
So at least if somebody makes a phone call or an email to us saying, listen, I need 5 or 6 dancers to do a scene in a new movie coming up, and we're shooting it down in Limerick in the new studios down there. Well, I can try and say, well, listen, we have a school down there. Let's go and pull from that school in that area. Plus, a lot of the grants and all the rest will be coming from the movies, will be coming from a certain region.
Yep.
So therefore, at least the money's going back into that region, and the homegrown talent from that region is being used in the movie, where the grants would have came from for that movie to happen in that area.
That's amazing as well, that there's so many things now happening kind of in Ireland.
There's a huge community here. Like, I know last year alone, I think I shot about 4 movies for Hallmark here in Ireland.
Oh wow, amazing.
And I think already now there's another few more movies happening already in the pipeline. Could be about another 6 or 7 this year. And they're really interested. They're all lovely. They're always really, really nice, happy endings. They've always got a fabulous ballroom scene in it.
Yeah.
And at least it's Irish talent being used.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what's really stood out to us here, which is great. And kind of what would be like one piece of advice you'd maybe give to kind of children looking to get into this industry?
To get into this industry, practice, practice, practice. My number one thing would be reliable. Don't be flaky.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I have a job to do.
Yep.
I have to answer to somebody. That person has to answer to somebody.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way down through the links, you'd say. And if one link breaks, the whole chain is wrong all the way up to the top. So be reliable. Turn up on time. Don't ask too many questions. Do the job. Go home and enjoy your day.
Nice.
That's the way it has to be.
Brilliant. And if kind of dance schools in Ireland wanted to get in touch with you, where would they find
Well,
you?
you can find us on theoneagency.com. I
Brilliant.
think. Let me check. Yeah, it's
.ie.
theoneagency.ie. Sorry, we're Irish. Anyway, yeah, you can find us on theoneagency.ie and just contact us if you want to join us.
Even just watching that footage back gives me ringing in my ears again from the event. I think I said on that, one of the overriding words that you take away from these events is loud. They are so loud. I mean, it's brilliant. It's great to be there. It's a must for us to be there. But sensorily, is that a word?
Yeah, sensory.
Sensorally?
Sensory. Is that sensory?
Sensory
overload.
Sensory overload. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for me, I took loop earplugs.
Really?
Aye. So they cut it by like 16 decibels. I was fine the full weekend.
I don't even know what these are.
It's just wee earplugs that you put in, and they dull down the sound, but they don't take away. You know, when you put earplugs in, sometimes it's just bassy.
Yeah.
That you hear. It's just like here naturally, except it's quieter. This is not a plug for loop ear. No money has been.
DJI. Oh,
we're using all your gear.
We're not using our gear. If you want to send some, the address is 180 West George Street, Glasgow, G2 2NR.
So, Stephen, who did you, because you were doing most of the interviews,
Yes.
you and Caitlin, or aforementioned social media guru, who were we speaking to?
We speak to Louise all the time, which is great. Louise still stands as one of the most popular episodes we had way back about 2 or 3 years ago on the podcast. So we caught up with Louise again in the actual arena. We also caught up with these 2 lovely ladies from a company called Golden Dance Awards. It's an Irish dance company, or a dance awards company, who run events. At the moment, they run them in Belfast and Dublin, and next year they're looking to reach out to Scotland, where we're based. We have since caught up with them further, and it looks like we're going to be doing some nice work with them. All going well, fingers crossed. But yeah, they were very nice, very cool. We caught up with them. I ran into them back at the hotel as well later on at night with Keaton, just for a hello. Brilliant. I mean, the good thing I think this time round in Dublin, because we'd done Perform Ireland last year, I had a number of hours myself one day before everybody arrived, because I was there to meet the venue owner, and I just done my own thing for a bit. I got to go and see the Guinness Museum, which was brilliant. Then on the last day, when we'd done and dusted everything we needed to do, you came up with a good idea.
Yeah.
What was that?
I saw just by chance that they Dr. Strangelove, the play starring Steve Coogan, was doing its run in I can't remember the name of the theatre, the Board Gaze
Theatre, yeah.
in Dublin, and we decided to get tickets for that.
We didn't just get tickets for that though.
We did not.
We got front row centre, like the best tickets I've had to any theatre show in my life.
Same.
And it was great, and it was just such a good way to cap off the whole time in Ireland. And genuinely, I'll forever remember Ireland as like. We'll be back, obviously.
Yeah.
Probably a lot, I think, in the next coming months. But yeah, that gave me a real good kind of cultural side of Ireland. A couple of Guinnesses in a bar, going to see a show at the theatre. I left feeling very cultured. So, fair listeners, from the land of Middle Earth, where DJI drones fly freely and
loop earplugs
drown out the noise of the Nazgul, we want to say bye.